Alright, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Otis Frampton Live. It's been a while. It has been a while. Today I'm going to be working on the finishing up pencils on a page of Patchwork of Oz. And I hope you guys can hear me. If you can, please say hello in the chat. I'm monitoring all chats. So I'm just going to get going. This is it's one of those classic sort of, walking down the yellow brick road pages, but it's not the yellow brick road. It's a blue brick road because they're still in Munchkin land. So I'm just gonna get going, and it's the beginning of the journey of these characters. So how's everyone doing? Hey, not for nothing, but today's my birthday. Yeah, it's true. I turn a bazillion years old today, but I only feel a million years old. Oops, why did I do that? That's right. Let's find the shade. There we go. Last year for my birthday, I actually I threw a surprise party for my wife, because I would not have made it to 51 if it wasn't for her. I don't want this hand to go. To move. Oh no, her arm's too long. Yeah, I set up a fun surprise party with all of her friends and family. Nope, that's not how I want the hand to go. Let's make it go the way the other hand is going, like this. Oh, it doesn't work either. I'm sorry, I'm a little rusty. This way. And funnily enough, tonight we're going to the restaurant where last year I threw that surprise party for. I promised her a private dinner last night, or I said I wanted a private dinner, and this year I'm actually getting it. This is sort of like a second pass on the layouts. Probably getting a little bit too. So it goes across there. Too detailed. And then the glass cat. Oops. adjust this a little bit. Hello, Sir George. I'm gonna check up on the chat here and see what's going on. How you doing today, George? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I've been working all this time that I've been off the stream. I just haven't been streaming. I've been kind of keeping my nose down to the grindstone, so to speak. These guys over a little bit here. Trying to get their body language a little bit different. There you go. So they're going to be walking down the road here, and I got sort of my I'm referencing myself, the way that I'm going to draw the brickwork. Sort of uneven and twisty. Let's get a little more. Let's fix that. So, I wanted to have some rocks and bushes, and I want some mushrooms in the foreground. Oh, that's two. And over here too. Let's get Some rocks going on here. This. Still sort of in the layout stage here, even though I'm doing, pencils. Just finding the right level of detail. This is it's the last page of one of the issues. Oh, got a question here. Rodney Thomas asks, I appreciate how it comes across that you enjoy what you do. Are there times when you do not? That's an interesting question. Because in some ways it's like a constant feeling of both. Like because I'm always sort of, like a lot of people, self-critical and suffer from imposter syndrome and never feel like I'm doing good enough at what I do. So I think that when it comes to creative stuff, I really enjoy writing the most when I'm doing it. The art side of things is more frustrating for me because I'm in constant self-criticism mode. I'm just sort of determining where the tree lines are going to be. I'll go in and fix them later. When it comes to art, I usually don't sort of feel good about what I've done until months later, and I look back and I go, and I can sort of see it, almost like someone else did it. And it's like, oh, that wasn't too bad. With writing, it almost feels like an immediate feeling of accomplishment, and when I'm writing something, I can go back and look at it, a day or two later, even and feel and have that feeling like someone else did it. I can't believe that those I don't even know that word. How'd that come out of me? That kind of thing. I don't like that. I just want to kind of give the impression that they're going, let's do the mountains first so I know where I'm going. That they're going into a dark, not a dark forest, but a big forested area. Sort of made a conscious decision early on not to sometimes draw distant mountains, not realistically. Maybe the closer you get to them, the more they, the closer you get, the more detail you're gonna see, or the more realistic they are. Like in this, there's a double page spread here. You can kind of see it. Where in the far distance you see the big sort of cartoony mountains, but when you get closer, they look a little bit more detailed. So that's sort of the style that I set for myself. I don't want it to come off like I don't enjoy what I do, though, because, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. And, you know, things, I've got a really good life. If year 51, going back to the whole it's my birthday thing, showed me anything, it said, God, I have a good life right now. 51 was a really great year. No health troubles, which age 50 it was full of some bad health stuff. And 51 was free and clear of health troubles. So I've sort of taken on a, wow, things could be so much worse attitude when it comes to life, which is probably good, right? But yeah, no health troubles. Got a new comic series picked up this year, which I'm working on right now, as I speak, and things are just amazing on the home front. I've got my wife and I are so happy. It's really wonderful. It's weird how health issues can really focus the mind and make you really appreciate what you have. But yeah, I think I need to move these guys a little, adjust them a little bit. I'm always really conscious of what they call bad tangents. You know, I don't want bad tangents in my work. You know, where things, parts of your drawing sort of touch, you know, and create a weird overlap, but not quite overlap. I gotta figure out how to fix this too. These little, it's just sort of guides. I'm going to go and do more detailed trees, at least in the foreground, probably. I want to sort of carve out a little bit of a space here where things are going to fade and you're going to be able to focus on the characters. And then on a separate layer, I'm going to sort of refine what I have for the clouds. Whoops, that's too big, jeez. For this page, I mean, it's like a reverse establishing shot because it's the last page and of the issue, and I want him to feel small entering a big world. So I think I'm reminded of the page. I think it's a double page spread in the comic series Bone, where Phone Bone finally makes it to I think it's the first issue, makes it to the valley and sees it, and it's just this sort of sweeping vista. Excuse me. but that's kind of what I'm going for. Bone has been a real sort of touchstone for how I'm approaching this book. I'm obviously influenced, I also obviously love the I'm trying to say the Marvel Oz comics, but I'm sort of trying to be conscious of not stepping on the toes of that book too much. That's better, a little more subtle. I didn't want his stride looked too close to Patchwork Girls, and I want it to be a little different. She's got a wide, sort of jaunty stride because she's new to the world, and this is all exciting for her. Chocolate Soup says, "Good health is true wealth." Most deaf, absolutely. I'm so blessed to be alive, even after all my brain tumor trouble. For those who don't know, I had brain surgery twice, once in 2020, once in 2023, and both times were plagued with disaster. I ended up spending 12 days in the hospital the first time and 30 days in the hospital the second time due to complications. And man, that'll focus you on what matters. So I think I'll clean up the characters. It took me less time than I thought it would. Like 20 minutes in the show. Also, I wanted to sort of restate. I talked about this on socials. How I'm hoping to do regular shows from now on, 5 days a week, each weekday, and stick to sort of a theme schedule for each day. Mondays, making comics. Tuesday is I'm gonna do drawing dragons. As some of you know, I do a yearly March of Dragons thing. I've done it for a couple of years. Probably gonna do it again. So prepping for that kind of thing, and you'll see me sketching stuff. We'll call this. Hold on. Let's call this layer Pencils 1. And I'm trying to add sort of drawing for fun into my life a little bit. So that's one reason I'm doing that, because you gotta draw for yourself sometimes. And even though Patchwork Girl it's a creator-owned book, I love it. It's one sort of subject matter, and I think it's really important to at least just do stuff for fun once in a while. So that's why I'm doing that. Anyway, Tuesday's Dragons. Wednesday, it's gonna be Jawa Wednesday. Hopefully do some Jawa stuff. Thursday, what did I have for Thursday? Oh, I'm gonna put commission work back on my schedule, because I haven't been getting as much done as I wanted to in that regard off the show. So I'm adding it back in, and Friday is going to be called Fan Art Friday, so I can do sort of various things, and it's not totally locked down. That'll just be like a fun free day. I enjoy drawing Patchwork Girl's hair. It's in the book. It's pieces of yarn. I kind of went extreme and made them really, really thick pieces of yarn. I kind of wanted them to look like almost like dreadlocks sticking out, and get to play with where they are, because they're kind of floppy and all over, and it's just a lot of fun. And I usually just I draw like maybe 4 or 5 very distinct ones where they are, and then I throw the rest in. It seems to work. one of the challenges of this book is the patchwork girl, drawing the patchwork girl, because she's covered in patches. I can show you an example. Here's like for every this is another page. One of the frustrations is all of that patchwork, and I have a very specific way I want the patches colored, so I can't have somebody else flat this for me because I want the patches very specifically, the colors to be very specific. You know, no color touching another patch with another color with the same color. So I have to do it, even though I draw the patches differently every time, except for her face. Just like the original illustrator did in the book. He didn't stick to a specific pattern, but I made one for the face and stuck to it. But she is a complex character when it comes to where was I? Oh, it's right there. She's a complex character when it comes to the design because she can't be really simplified. I had to work around certain design rules and it's almost like drawing Spider-Man in a way, you know, with all that webbing on the costume that's always sort of plagued Spider-Man artists. It can be really frustrating sometimes, getting the angles just right, you know, having no bad tangents. You know, I'm not crazy about drawing Spider-Man, probably for that reason, but Patchwork Girl has definitely turned into one of those kinds of characters where it's like, oh, what have I gotten myself into? To move the cat a little bit, I think. But I tend to I'm a cartoonist. I'm not really an illustrator. I tend to try to keep things shape-wise very simple, so that they can be easily repeatable. further to the... If I can get her. There. It's gonna freak me out. I gotta move the previous one over to where I moved the other one there. Otherwise my eyes are getting all freaked out. Alright. Try. I think I'm gonna extend that down, this mountain down a little bit. Oops. There. One thing I try to do, like in compositions, you want to sort of direct the eye, so I like the kind of the arc of this mountainside pointing right down to the characters, this one pointing to the characters, this big mushroom in front pointing towards the characters. In fact, I can probably emphasize this even more. But just subtle, ways to guide the eye. There. Not that it needs it, but... And then the whole page has sort of a flow going this way with the clouds, the arc of the land in front, land over here, and the brick road itself. It's just all directs the eye towards this, off the page and into the next issue. That's sort of how I think of it. There, that's better. Here's another example. This hill should be pointed a little bit more this way towards the characters. All right. Kind of look at my own work, previous pages, to sort of figure out how did I do that again? Because it's been a while since they've been out in the world, these characters. Unfortunately, they spend considerable amount of time at the beginning in one location. They move, and as a storyteller, that can be frustrating, because you want as much variety as possible in the visuals as a comic creator. And I think I've achieved that by the way that I designed the one location, so it doesn't look boring from different angles, and what happens there. But also I've used sort of like, not dream sequences, but there are times when there's some exposition that needs to be doled out, and I do it in a visual way to sort of break the monotony. once they get out of that location and into the land of Oz, the greater, the world, it's going to be fun. I mean, I think the first issues are fun as they are, but you know what I mean. It's going to be visually more interesting to draw, that's for sure. This is where I got a reference. How did I draw the brickwork? I like having a certain amount of detail in the brickwork up front. And I mean, this is fun, for, as an Oz fan. Like, the Yellow Brick Road is it's iconic. This is not the Yellow Brick Road, like I said. It's the Blue Brick Road, because they're in the book. Things in Munchkin Country are blue, so the road will be blue. And then it'll be different colors in the other countries as they get to them. But you still sort of, as a, when you're telling an Oz story, you sort of feel the same. Just drawing that brick road, knowing they're going to connect. This is probably one of my favorite pages I've done so far. This one in issue 1. Really wanted to, just tell people they're on the road, they're on the path, they're going on an adventure. So this is sort of a companion piece to that, although at this point in the story, it's a much different journey than Ojo thought he was going on. Ojo being the main character of the book. Patchwork Girl is the title character, but Ojo, the unlucky, the little munchkin guy here, he's the main character. And in the same way that, the first Oz book is called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, but the wizard is not the main character, obviously. Patchwork Girl is much more main character than the wizard, for sure, in the book. And in some ways much more interesting. Right, once in a while, I'll zoom out, make sure that I'm not getting too in the weeds detail-wise. This is obviously it's a full page image, so I do want to have a certain amount of detail in there, but come on, what's going on with my pencil? maybe I have to fix the horizon line here. It's not quite working. What am I doing? Let's get it right. Get the angle right. There we go. Let's do something. Whoops. Try to fix this way. There we go. That's better. Not perfect, but it's better. Ooh, I'm missing some chat over here on YouTube. Oh, thanks, Donald. Appreciate it. And Theta, thank you for your happy birthday wishes. So like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be back. I'll do some work on dragons. I'll be doing a mixture of coloring old dragon pieces and sketching out new ones for the upcoming March. Whoops! I just heard something weird outside. Yeah, I'm hoping to get like a bunch of sketches done for 2025's March of Dragons. We'll see if that works out. I always say that, and then it doesn't happen. But I thought maybe giving it a... No, that's not gonna work. Let's make that a rock here. Figured if I set a specific day for it, I could get at least a few sketches ready. And there are a few old ones from the previous years that I really want to color. You know, I like them, and it's one of those things where I look at them in my Procreate stacks and think, oh, those aren't finished. We got to work on that. Also, to give me a chance to fix some of the things in them that I don't quite like. So let's see, what time is it? 2:48. I think that excuse me. I think that's pretty much it for today. I finished this quicker than I thought I was going to. Let's put this down there. So let's see, what can I touch up before I leave? I mean, there's not much this page. It's a lot of what is going to be considered sort of finishing touches for it are going to be in the colors. I'm going to angle glass cat a little. Oops, that's not the right one. There, that's better. Sometimes my pencils are pretty loose like this. Oh, oh, I see what I did. Dang it. Oh no, I didn't do that. Sorry, I'm talking to myself now. doing layer management and wondering what the heck I did. Let's try this again. There. I don't like the way her hand is here. I think I'm getting the perspective a little wrong. I'll have to look at that. Oops, no. She's got the hand there. That's a little better. So I think I need to raise your head up a little bit so we can see a little bit of neck. There we go. Maybe I should make them just slightly smaller so they fit a little better. There, just slightly. There, that works. The joys of laying out comics and getting things just right. Some people don't like the layout process. I do. To me, it's the storytelling. It's the main storytelling part of the process. In terms of the visuals, I just like the coloring process. It's the inking that I always get frustrated with my own style. All right, so let's get back here. Show a little preview of what I'll be doing tomorrow for dragons. I'm going to be coloring. I got to finish the inks on this, but you can kind of see the original line art for this piece. It was a undersea dragon with shipwrecks above, and the dragon is eyeing another ship to add to their collection. But I redid the line work a bit on the dragon, added some things, changed things a little bit just to make it more like what I thought it should look like ultimately. Oh, did I just... yeah, look at that. I can fix this right now. Remember doing new lines for that. Here we go. Sorry. Notice a problem, you gotta fix it, right? There. So, I will be ready to start coloring this one tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun underwater piece. I really was never happy with the inked version because it just doesn't look the way I want it to. I want it to really look painterly underwater. So that's what we'll be working on tomorrow, the colors for this. And then on Wednesday we'll do something Jawa themed. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, smash, whatever the words I have to say for that kind of thing are. You can find me on all my socials, otisframpton.com, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.